Hello, this is Chris Pierce, and welcome to the Self-Maintenance of the Brain and Body podcast. This is episode 14. I'm going to talk about cognitive exercise. If I asked you to tell me about your weekly workout schedule, some may describe when they're doing sprints, squats, bench press, or curls. But what their schedule lacks is when they're exercising the brain, one of the most important muscles. This is the command center of the human body. Who here listening to this wants to improve memory, increase sleep efficiency, boost your concentration and energy, reduce the symptoms of anxiety, depression, and ADHD, or increase your ability at critical thinking, problem solving, and rapid decision making? Who wants to build cognitive dominance to be able to withstand the environmental variables surrounding you that impact your brain's health? With the cognitive exercise I'm going to share with you in this episode, you can do just that. And evidence-based research demonstrates this possibility. And through personal experience and the use of a personal ECG where I can monitor brainwaves, I have seen the effectiveness of these exercises. The one thing that cognitive exercises do is it increases activity in the frontal lobe regions of the brain and decreases activity within the limbic system, the emotional and irrational areas of the brain. Let me share with you cognitive exercises that you can do on your own. Then I'll share with you some of the mobile applications and resources that have been proven to be effective in strengthening cognition. Some of these are free and some may cost a download fee or a membership. First, there are a few things you can do on your own as cognitive exercises from stuff you may already have in your home. First is daily exercise. How does that strengthen your brain? First, the CDC has found that cognitive decline is twice as high in those who do not exercise compared to those who do. This is because of the release of hormones that maintain and repair cognitive damage when one exercises. Mindfulness and meditation. So go back and listen to episode 5 of this podcast and you'll learn about the evidence into mindfulness and how it improves cognition. It increases activities in the frontal lobes and turns down the fight, flight, or freeze response. Another cognitive exercise is to learn a new activity and teach someone an activity. This process increases neural firing in the frontal lobes and improves critical thinking and memory storage. Another one is learn to do Tai Chi. This is simple. It only requires you to look up a Tai Chi instructional video on YouTube. Research demonstrates that Tai Chi not only relaxes your mind and helps treat mental difficulties, but the movement and memory requires exercises that improves cognition and strengthens the brain. In episode 11, I talked about reflective journaling. This is a brain exercise. Not only is there evidence-based data to support that reflective journaling is an effective cognitive exercise, but I've personally seen its benefits. When I struggled to recover from my traumatic brain injuries, I began to research self-care methods that I could apply in addition to what the medical providers were doing when they were treating my injuries. After a few months of reading research, making sense of it, and writing it down, I noticed that my memory began to improve simply from this activity. Now here are some mobile applications of programs that are evidence-based and proven to strengthen your cognition. The first mobile application is called Dual in Back. A peer-reviewed study has demonstrated that Dual in Back mobile application improves working memory and fluid intelligence, which refers to the ability to reason and solve new problems. This app isn't easy and it may frustrate you in the beginning, but it is a great cognitive strengthening app. The next app is Brain HQ. On the Brain HQ website, it describes this app as a personal gym for the brain where you exercise your memory, attention, brain speed, people skills, intelligence. It is a very effective evidence-based application and there are some free elements of it, but it does cost a monthly fee of $14 a month to be able to access all of its features. A few others that have free and paid features are Lumosity, Elevate, CogniFit, Train Your Brain, Brain Games, Peak and Clockwork Brain Training. All of these are excellent mobile apps that provide excellent cognitive training. My challenge to you this week is to plan for and schedule a daily cognitive exercise. Everyone can benefit from improved cognitive and mental health, and you can find this improvement through these activities and mobile applications I shared in this episode. Prioritize your cognitive exercise like you would food and water and make it a necessity and a priority in your life, and you'll see the benefits, I promise you. This concludes this episode. Please tune in every Monday for a new self-care tip. If you enjoyed this episode, do me a favor and share it with your family and friends. Also, please check out my self-care book titled Self-Health Andragogy, Self-Directed Learning Approach to Mental and Physical Self-Care. You can find links to this book in the show notes of this podcast.